Hello, my name is Fox. Let's jump straight to the topic. Reading all comments from my first video proved me that I was right. I still don't see signs of unification in thoughts of what people want this game to be. But I see some signs of the community healing. Thanks to the brain rot memes, people finally learned how to battle rage baits and people wishes hidden under disguise of critiques. But what I can say for sure, thank you a lot for watching my video, giving feedback and thinking about words that were shown there, and especially thank you for being civil and respectful. First of all, welcome to my channel, where I post my personal opinions, thoughts and memes. If you're here for deep dives about social problems, equality and problematic topics in the anime industry, you're in the wrong place. If you're the type of person who thinks sexualization in anime should be gone, industry tropes are bad and this media should always aim for higher standards, you can leave now. We're not going to agree on anything. One of the reasons this media is blooming because of freedom of creativity. Authors can create whole fantasy worlds with deep messages and emotional roller coasters, but still can add their fetishes without worrying that a bunch of loud people will cancel them. Rin tights were essential for the Fate plot, and if you don't agree, you're just wrong. You, viewer, have freedom to choose what is interesting for you in this vast media. My view on this is simple: respect the author vision on his own creation. With that out of picture,
Let's get ready to rumble!
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
I could start by showing you graphs, statistics, comparing global and Chinese love and deep space revenues, talk about how predatory gacha systems in each game, male and female player statistics. But if you stop and see a bigger picture, none of this really matters. People twist those numbers to fit their narrative and you just choose the representatives of your views. The message in the video that I first posted was very simple. Play what you enjoy. There is a big difference between being critical about something and just voicing your wishes very loud. The only thing that it does is annoy people. If you see that your critiques are not addressed or completely ignored by developers, that doesn't mean you need to scream louder or start hating on anyone who enjoys the current state of the game. Resolution is simple: go play something else. Soon this market will be oversaturated with the games catering to the different niches. You will not have enough time to play them all anyway. Also, hopping back and forth is an option as well. Just come back when you see something that is interesting for you. The only ones who really need to think about revenues and player retention are companies themselves. It's not normal to open some official post and instead of people celebrating something new and exciting, we see constant loud screams about the same topics for over 6 months now. Now let's jump into the critiques themselves. About the story. After I saw people on Twitter unironically praise the 8-hour Uranus level of water dumps that HSR drops on them each patch, I started to appreciate the small stories that we get in this game even more. I think they're doing their best trying to tell the story, sell the character and move the overall narrative in this time frame. Can it be better? Yes, completely. Does it need to drastically change? Questionable. Sometimes you need to stop and think. Are the devs just incompetent and stupid that they don't know how to build up the story, character interactions and chemistry between them? Or maybe they do it by design. Will they even listen to you if this is how they envision the game? We've reached the point where some people are coping that there is actually no romantic subtext at all in the game. Guys, they add in it for a reason. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. I really recommend you to check the Blurred video on Carlotta. Very good stuff. Also check his other videos, it's translated from Bilibili. I'm gonna leave the link down below. From what I see now, the company has already decided the style of storytelling, and the best path is to perfect it. Maybe they will try something else in future, like focusing on the cast around the story instead of your own adventure as MC. No matter which route they choose, your best option is to support it or not. Boycotting or being annoying, saying that story is trash to everyone around you, is a cringe behavior from any side. Money always speaks louder than words. Now, about males and how game was promoted differently. I'm gonna be honest, you people who whine really loud are very obnoxious even to the people who don't mind playing as males. Personally, I think Alto is the best dude in whole game. A good friend, wingman, we need more of him in the stories to create fun situations where we're gonna visit other places. In my opinion, Black Shore's cast have really good chemistry. We have Kuda Revive, we have Yandere GF, we have Funny Guy, and a cute child with a tragic backstory. These have a lot of potential for creative people. I would like to see what they will do with Culcharo. If he's gonna be goofy like in 5066 series, it's gonna be golden. We can even have some edgy dude who's gonna help us in some new region from the shadows, because not everything shall be done with raw power in the story. Most player problems are not the males themselves, but past experiences with the horror games, how they presented their males in stories, and how community grew around that. It is not normal reaction when you see hate for each girl that has some fanservice or interest in the MC, but when a male character does the same, you hear the singing praises. You know what type of people I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that not all of them are like that they're just bad apples, but if the basket is full of those apples, no matter how many good ones are inside, you'll still go for another basket. But hey, you know what? They will add more male characters in future for sure, as this is a mixed gacha. Think about it as quality over quantity, as I think half of the female designs are not even that good. The best thing you can do is show those lads revenues on male banners. As I said before, it always comes back to the money. Now, let's talk about the settings and the vibe and how the game was presented before. Guys, Snowbreak was a post-apocalyptic game with serious designs. Yeah, things changes. Come back later, pretty sure they will return to the darker setting in the next expansion. But don't be surprised if the next region after that might be Inazuma version of WuWa. Everything you consume in life can change, don't stick to the hope that it might be back in the original state. Someday even the gathering vibes and power fantasy trope can be left in the past if devs want it. If that happened, I won't hold on those years I played and just move on. And we're talking about concepts and earlier patches, people, you don't even have sunk cost fallacy yet. For gameplay endies, let's hope we won't get hit by power creep, global passives and HP inflation. In my opinion, we need more co-op events and parkour stuff that isn't on the rails. Imagine a boss in co-op, level 200, in the open world, where you need 3 people cooperating to beat it. Just slap a title as a reward and casuals won't complain much about it. About making everyone happy and accepted in this game. If you're really believing in that, the only thing that I can say that either you're naive or have monetarily gained from that. Not everything shall be made for everyone. Something that are made for everyone most of the times cater to no one. People are tribalistic by nature. You can't make one group happy without taking something from another one. The message is not that deep. Just play what you want and don't be obnoxious. About people who screech about fan service in an anime gacha game. Look in the mirror for a few seconds and think about your life. So let me summarize all of that list. People want more male characters, but they need to understand that they will be created to follow the same master love trope. People want more character interactions, but that will create additional hours of story and fit into the opening for more shipping culture, inviting even more people who are loudly against the current state of the game, alienating the core audience that game have now. Not sure about you, but for a few cute shipping arts here and there, we'll get absolutely insane people who go for a death threats if pixels on screen make out with different ships. I don't want the Wuthering Waves English community to become like that. The problem is not in that people per se, but in the conflict that they're creating with those who are enjoying canon. People want a post-apocalyptic setting. Well, you will get it sooner or later, but don't expect the game to be like that all the time. Devs certainly want to experiment with different settings to create more characters with different aesthetics to sell. So what I can say to all of you? What some people might think is a problem might be just a business plan, and all their fights are meaningless buzz on a social platform. The real result of those actions are just constant negativity that is spreading and pushing both extreme groups further and further away. Let Kuro Games cook. Try it, leave a review, and move if it's not something to your liking. Same goes for people who enjoy it now. If someday Kuro decide to change their core audience and stop listening to your feedback, don't wait too long. Just choose anything from the sea of games that will be more closer to your needs. You don't need to pay someone else fun while complaining and crying on Twitter for months. And lastly, for people who had gripes with me personally. I'm not a scriptwriter, I'm not an artist, I'm not an editor, I'm not the voice of reason. I'm just a dude who does stuff for fun. The more stuff I do, the better I become at something. Simple as that. In the end, it's not about waifus, husbandos, ships, or anything else. Message is very simple. Play and enjoy things that cater to you and your tastes. More videos to come, Vip from Past, signing out.